Welcome to the No Frills Serious Skills free tutorial by Upgather. You will learn how to customize any font with these steps. Let's get started and take your graphics to the next level. Open InkScape and click Text from the toolbar at the top of the screen. Choose Text and Font in the drop-down. This will open the dialog box where you select your font properties. Along the left panel, click the letter A button and then click your mouse on the canvas and type some letters. Now click again below this and type Next Level Font. You can find many great fonts that are free even for commercial use. The font can be changed over in the font dialog box on the right. If you select a different font, you have to click the Apply button at the bottom of the screen before the new font will appear. I am using a font called AlexBrush. This free font can be found at 1001fonts.com. The same is true for changing the font size. Choose the size and then click the Apply button. Select the arrow tool from the left menu bar to select the text. Go to the top menu bar and select Path, and then the Object to Path command. Now click the Object menu and choose Ungroup. Now click Path and then Union. We have just made these letters fully editable. To see what this means, click the Edit Paths by Nodes tool from the left. See all the nodes that have been inserted around the letters. This is where the magic happens. If I click and drag a single node, watch how it transforms. Just click the Control key and the letter Z on your keyboard to undo any action. Make sure your text is selected by clicking the arrow tool. Now we are ready to make our customizations to this text. Choose Object from the menu and select Fill and Stroke to open this menu. Now click the Draw Curves button, which is also called the Bezier tool. Zoom in and click right at the edge of the text as a jumping off point for our customizations. Move your mouse and click on the canvas a few times like you see here. We are just making a rough line which we will smooth out soon. Your line may or may not look like mine. It will depend on what you have set in your Fill and Stroke menu. My line or stroke was being filled. That makes the line look like triangles. I will go to the Fill menu and remove the fill by clicking this X box. If your line disappears like this, that is because the stroke paint is turned off. Click the Stroke menu and choose the Flat Color option. Next, we will control the width of the line. Click the tab for Stroke Style. Adjust the width to make it fit your design. Hold down your Control key and scroll down on your mouse wheel to zoom in. Use your scroll bars as well. Now this gets interesting. Click the tool called Edit Paths by Nodes. Click and drag a rectangle over all of the nodes. This will select them all at the same time. Now find this button which will automatically smooth out and curve the selected nodes. Working with nodes is tricky. If you are new to this function, give yourself time to learn. There are so many ways to manipulate the stroke, so you will need practice. You can delete nodes or move them around. You can use the handles to change the angle of the stroke. Remember that you can always undo any action by holding down the Control key and clicking the letter Z on your keyboard. Let's change the color of the stroke. With the stroke selected, hold down the Shift key and then click on a color from the color ribbon. Holding down the Shift key is important because it controls the color of the stroke. If you were changing the color of an object, you would not hold down Shift while clicking from the color ribbon. In this next step, we are going to transform this green line so that it can be combined with the black text. Go to the Path menu and choose the option called Stroke to Path. Now select the green line but also hold down your Shift key and then select the black text. With both selected, go to the Path menu and choose Union. Everything is now connected into one object. This is no longer just text out of the box. This text is going next level. Now let's make another modification to the text. We will repeat similar steps to fix a different part of the text. Click on the tool called Edit Paths by Nodes. See how the letter O and the letter N are not well connected? Let's remove the tail sticking out on the letter N. To do this, we will delete the nodes that make up the tail. Now we can smooth out the left side of the letter. Drag the handles until you get a flat look. Now look at the letter O. We want to connect the swoop on this letter over to touch the next letter. This takes practice and knowledge to work with nodes. Try dragging and moving nodes until you achieve the look you want. It helps to scroll in and out to get a better look at the object. In addition to dragging nodes, you can also drag on the edge of a line to move a line segment between two fixed nodes. Nodes can be added and deleted. If working with nodes is frustrating, hang in there, and I promise it will get easier with practice. It is really rewarding to learn this skill so you can manipulate graphics to your desire. Zoom out and see how we improved the look of this text. The letters are now smoothly connected. Any font can become more professional looking with modifications like this. Now let's repeat the steps to make a flourish at the end of the last word. Click your Bezier curve tool. Click where you want your flourish to start. Click down in various spots and then hit the Enter key. We left the fill function turned off the last time we were in those settings. So notice that the line draws green this time. Now click your Nodes tool. Click and drag a rectangle around all of the nodes so they will be selected at the same time. Click the button called Make Selected Nodes Auto Smooth. Now select the line by clicking the arrow tool. Just like last time, we need to change the stroke into a path. Go to the Path menu and choose the Stroke to Path option. It doesn't look like anything has happened. But without this step, the next steps won't work. Now select both the green line and the text object together. Click the Path menu and choose Union. Often there will be irregularity at the point where things merge together. This can be smoothed out. Click the Nodes tool and zoom in. You can delete the extra nodes which are making the form look irregular. Just select the nodes and click the Delete button on your keyboard. Voila! Now let's make the same fix in this other area we created earlier. Drag a box around the nodes you want to delete. Remember to zoom in close when you have a lot of nodes close together. That will give you more room between nodes for easier manipulation. Next, click on the arrow tool to select the object. I am clicking and dragging it down just a bit. Right-click and select the Duplicate command. This creates a copy right over top of the original. If I drag the copy down, you can see that I have two. I will click Ctrl and the letter Z to undo, which will move it back on top. With the top copy selected, click a different color from the color ribbon. Now we can tell the two copies apart. Click the Path menu and choose Dynamic Offset. It doesn't look like anything has changed. But if you click your Nodes tool, you will see that a single point has been added. Zoom in close and drag this point upward. This is proportionally increasing the size of the green object. Drag it just until it makes a nice puffy outline for our text. The black text is hidden under this green shape. We will move the black text to the top in a minute. Now we need to leave the dynamic offset mode to be able to get back to our nodes. To do this, click Path and choose Object to Path. The inner nodes can be removed to make a cleaner look for our puffy outline. The nodes are left from the inner parts of the letters, which are still there after we enlarge the green text. As we have done before, select Nodes and hit Delete. You can miss a stray node sometimes. You will see a long handle appear attached to the node that has been stranded. It will take practice to deal with these. You can just click on any stray nodes and hit Delete. Now choose the arrow tool again to select the green puffy object. Find the button at the top which will lower the selection to the bottom. This looks like a green down arrow. Now the green puffy object is sent under the black text. Select the black text. Remember there are two objects overlapping, so you might inadvertently select the green object at first. Once you have the black object selected, you can change the color. Just click a new color from the color ribbon. Now select the green object. Let's kick this up a notch to finish out this lesson. Go to the Fill and Stroke menu. Change the fill setting from the flat color to the linear gradient. I won't take the time here to get into how the gradient feature works. For now, just click around the color options and see what happens. I hope you learned something from this free tutorial. Check out more from Upgather if you want to increase your Inkscape skills. Thank you, and remember, this is the place for no frills, serious skills.